Archaeology has changed substantially in the intervening decades, focusing less on treasure and more on the fascinating details of life and intriguing mysteries of death. Now, with time, archaeology has changed. The concept of archaeology has changed substantially, considerably, quite a lot in the intervening decades, in the past few decades, focusing less on treasure and more on the fascinating details of life and intriguing mysteries of death. Archaeology earlier used to focus on treasure, used to focus on the things found with the dead bodies, with the mummies. But with time, the focus has changed from treasure to the details of their lives and mysteries of their deaths. So now, archaeology, the concept of archaeology has changed, and people want to know more about their details of life, how they used to live, and where did they belong to, which family did they belong to, and all the other details of their lives. How was their life? How did they lead their life? And the intriguing mysteries of death, and how did they die? Intriguing, very interesting and secretive mysteries of death. It also uses more sophisticated tools. Now, archaeology is also using more sophisticated, more developed tools, including medical technology. It is using medical technology also. Now, what is medical technology? It is a broad field which includes biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, developed medical devices and equipments, basically to diagnose the diseases and all. So now archaeology is using better tools, better devices, as well as medical technology. In 1968, more than 40 years after Carter's discovery, an anatomy professor x-rayed the mummy and revealed a startling fact. Anatomy professor, that means he was dealing with the branch of science concerned with the bodily structure of humans or animals or other living organisms. So this anatomy professor, he x-rayed the mummy and revealed a startling fact. In his report, he showed a startling fact. Startling means remarkable, astonishing, surprising. That beneath the raisin that cakes his chest, cakes means covered. Raisin had covered the chest of the mummy of Tut. His breastbone and front ribs are missing. It showed a fact. He showed a fact in his report that beneath its chest, the breastbone and front ribs were missing. Today, diagnostic imaging can be done with computed tomography or CT, by which hundreds of X-rays in cross-section are put together like slices of bread to create a three-dimensional virtual body. Now, diagnostic imaging is a part of medical technology with which a person's underlying problems inside the body can be diagnosed with the help of computed tomography. So same thing was being done on the mummy of Tutankhamun. They were trying to create a three-dimensional virtual body, which is virtual in the sense which is very similar to the real one, which can be seen from three dimensions, and which can be done with the help of CT. And in CT, what happens? A computer controls the motion of the X-ray source and processes the data and produces the image, which which allows the professionals to see and find out the inside of anyone's body. So they were trying that technology on the mummy of Tutankhamun. What more would a CT scan reveal of Tut than the X-ray? He was just wondering, would it be more helpful than the X-ray done by the anatomy professor? Would it give more facts about Tut? And could it answer two of the biggest questions still lingering about him? Lingering means unanswered. How did he die, and how old was he at the time of his death? So he was just wondering whether the outcome of CT scan, the report of CT scan, would be of any help in answering those two of the biggest questions. First, how did he die? And secondly, how old was he at the time of his death? So he was just wondering what would be the outcome of CT scan. Would it be of any help for the professionals, for the archaeologists?